Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Crate Expectations. I'm here with my co-host, Absentee Sarah. How are you today, Absentee Sarah?
I'm still sick.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Ugh, how are you?
I'm not sick, so we're good.
I'm gonna try and do this without coughing, and I'm probably gonna fail. So sorry.
If you do that, I'll know it's deliberate because you didn't cough at all when we were talking before we got this started.
I most
So,
definitely did cough.
I must have tuned that out.
You apologized that I was coughing.
I apologized. I'm like, sorry for you
Yeah, it
coughing.
was very Canadian of you.
I don't you put that evil on
Ah,
me.
oh man. Okay. But we're back.
We're back. We're back for at some point we will probably stop being back. Just because of reasons and stuff. But
Mhm.
uh we got a lot of things to discuss today. Lots of good shows. So for those of you who don't know, you go to Sarah's channel after this. Like and subscribe on this channel. Then go to hers. It's going to be the link to the second episode, the second half of this, I should say, is in the video description, and it'll be great. It'll be, you guys can go check it out. It's fun. We roast roster and stuff. What else do we have on the slate today, though, Sarah? I know that you're gonna be
Oh man.
angry, and I haven't looked forward to that. So,
I am gonna be angry. Okay, but so we have the tie defender chase going on right now. Galactic
hmm
chase, whatever you want to call it. They posted a vague update today about the Riva mission, which we will get into why I'm angry. Uh
you kind of say
yeah,
vaguely. You're
I
like
say vague.
vague. You kind of
Yeah.
like fade out halfway through.
I was channeling my inner CG employee communications manager, whatever
It's
you want
gonna
to
be
call
that
it.
kind of episode today. Got
Yeah.
it.
But we have a character review. There's a bunch of viewer questions. We're not getting to all of them. There's just no way. We don't have enough time. So we'll have to save some of them for next week.
And there's one I've selectively decided to just totally ignore and pretend like oops, we missed it.
And you'll never
But you
know.
guys, you guys will never know which one it is.
And then there's a pack to review, or two packs, I guess. Maybe. And a roster roast. And a trigger
Yeah,
photo. There's
yeah.
whole kinds of stuff. Bunch of
Woo!
stuff. Whatever going on.
Kinds and bunches of
Yeah.
stuff.
I'm
We've
sick.
that means you're easy pickings. Uh,
Oh man.
like when like lions get sick, they leave the pride and just wander off to you know I don't know what I'm saying. So let's.
You're sick. Okay. Uh, so what do you want to talk about the tie defender chase? Because it's almost, I guess, how many days do we have? Like 2 days of it left?
I have one day. Well, I don't know about
Oh,
PX,
right.
but my main account, yeah, I have one more day. And I have like 35 shards I've got to farm. So hopefully RNG
Oh, wow.
is okay.
That is real close.
Oh well, the I mean, this is such a silly complaint, but like that, I'm probably the only person in my whole group who only has a 6-star tie defender.
Jeez.
Honestly,
Oh,
so
man.
I'm like that kid whose mom like makes him bring packed lunches to school,
Hmm.
and everyone like makes fun of him because you can't afford the school lunch.
You've got your brown bag.
Yeah, and people are like, like a Zareth. Like, just kidding. No one ever actually made fun of me for that when I was growing up. It's a stereotype, so I'm using it. So, anyways, yeah, it's more of just like I'm facing the fourth biggest roster in the game this
Holy.
this coming match. Yeah, it's crazy. I was like, you think my 11 million is a lot? Go look at this person's 12.5. It's crazy.
No,
So
thank you.
it's all
Mm-mm.
relic levels because I have all the same characters unlocked. Just you know, Anyways, so let's talk about the chase. How far are you in the chase?
I'm at 5 stars, I think. Let me
Five
double
stars is
check.
good.
I pretty much decided I was like, I'm not gonna go crazy after it because the thing that sucks with the chase right now is that it's happening during conquest, and this is where I do like, well, most people are doing a ton of extra refreshes because you're refreshing conquest on top of your normal refreshes. I'm also refreshing like crazy for Galactic Legend tickets because I'm working on a job as alt. So I'm like, oh man, I just can't afford to chase you as aggressively as everybody else is.
Well, you kind
So
of got a crap item anyways. I'm showing the whole world where you're at on
thanks.
it. So
Thanks.
yeah,
So
that's all
it's
right.
fine. It'll be doable once it goes farmable. It's totally fine. Don't deny it. It's fine.
I'm sure it seems fine.
So yeah.
So yeah, all right. I will say this, and I don't know how good of a business model it is, but it's very nice because this is the first time I've been able to full farm chase
Mm-hmm.
ship from start to finish. I didn't even buy a pack actually. Like it's just straight up from 0 to 330 shards. I'm going to be able to get this for a total of like I don't know, somewhere around 5,000 crystals, I think.
That's not bad. I mean, I think part of it is it's a longer than usual chase.
It is, and it's not in Cantina, so everything the refreshes are halved.
Yeah, that's a good point. So you're starting at 50 instead of 100.
Right. Well, and I think Cantina you only get two at 200, and then it goes straight to 400s right after that.
It
And
does.
under ships you get three at 100 and three at 200.
Yeah, so you could do 6 refreshes before you get into the crazy cost.
Right. Which I have gone into the 200s on my main. On alt, like, is Professor X going to be getting 5 star, you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Actually, yeah, he unlocked it pretty, a little bit ago. So,
Hmm.
um, and apparently it is killing executor comps left and right just without blinking, without any effort whatsoever, no sweat involved, which is good
Yep.
because sweating in space seems like dangerous for some reason, especially if you're a ship.
I feel like it would just like kind of float away.
Right. Like that's the Canadian school system for you.
Because of gravity. Come on.
This message
Ugh.
is brought to you by the Canadian school system. So, people are gonna be so mad at me. They'll be like, Sarah's condition. You can't be mean to her. I'll be like, I'm being extra mean to her today because you guys told me not to be, and it's just gonna lose me views, I'm sure. But so they're nerfing it. Well, they've said they're probably gonna nerf it, right?
Right, which is just ridiculous.
Well, I mean, I've talked about this on a lot of different places at this point, but like it's this is just it's sad to me. It's like okay, the Treya Omicron
Right.
nerfing, like instantly the second I read it, I was like, oh, maybe I can kill Lord Vader, and like whoever's testing there is like, oh, like certainly not killing any Dark Side Galactic Legends.
Well, and this is why I'm just like, this is a little bit silly at this point. I don't even want to say silly. It's just it's mind-boggling to me. How do you release a ship and not test it against your two meta ships right now?
Right. Well, and I guess you could say like the most charitable thing I could say, and it's not that charitable, but it's like, well, maybe they are. Maybe they did test against it and they just didn't understand how to use the comp. But at the same time, it's like if you're bad enough at testing that you can't find a comp to
Right.
do it, like, and if you're trying to stress test it a little bit at least, like, I don't know. I feel like I could do better. This isn't me saying like hire me. And I feel like I always get annoyed when people are like, well, I could play better than the sports game than this person. I'm like, no, you couldn't. Like that guy's like top 400 in the world.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like for testing, I don't know. Like, just give me a way to test it, and like, I don't know.
This
It doesn't seem. Maybe there's more to it than meets the eye. Maybe, but it just seems like. And I'm not even that. Like, I'm not that good of a theory crafter. I could find this though. Like this is easy. This is a slam dunk for any tester. They're like, hey,
hmm
this thing is overpowered. Maybe like, hey, did you intend for me to be able to immediately kill the executor instantly with a 4-star TIE defender? And they're like, no, that's not it at all. You're like, okay, well maybe don't release it immediately because you have some problems.
right. This whole thing right here directly relates into my anger that came today from the Reva mission post. Um,
Yeah,
like yeah,
there's a lot of fun things. So
there's a lot of correlation happening right now.
that being said, this just goes. It's so yin yang. It's like good and bad because I like that they made this ship so easily accessible to people. Like so many people who are free to play are getting it at 5 stars,
So, okay,
or even 7 stars for that matter.
does it like is there like a voice in your head that's going like why is it so easily accessible though? Like why
No,
are they doing this?
no, I'm like, hey, if there's smallpox on these blankets, I guess at least I have a blanket. At least I'll have a blanket to be sick in.
Uh,
It'll keep me warm while I'm dying. So we're good.
okay, cool. Just being ignorant to it. I like it.
Okay, I mean, I know a lot of people. So the predominant theory, things people are talking about, of course, and I think you're referring to is just the idea that it's they're trying to like drain our resources or something in order
hmm
to like prep us for the big crazy release that's going to be coming in whenever next month sometime. 'Cause
I don't
next
even
month.
know like is it a big release? Is it something that's going to be needed? Like I just have so many questions about what they're doing, but I've had so many questions about what they're doing for the last year, so I guess this is the theme continuing.
Right. So I mean, yeah. I mean, there could be a new Galactic Legend coming. I mean, I think it makes a lot of sense that the new Galactic Legend might be coming around, right around the corner here. Um, with the, gosh, I'm so distracted by how you don't have all of your light side and dark side nodes maxed.
Don't worry about
Sorry.
it.
I don't know if I can not worry. Here, guys, you guys can look too. Look at her Cantina battles, light side battles, dark side battles. There, I shared it with someone. Now I'm better. So, um,
You're triggered.
yeah, this is the pre-trigger photo, guys. um, all right, so one way or another. So CG has to nerf Treya, which is easy to. It's like
hmm
okay, all right. Like every once in a while, you give them a benefit of the doubt, right? It's like, well, you haven't nerfed something for a while, or like, all right, you missed something on Treya. That seems like you could have found it, but all right. And then like the fastest nerf in the world ever. They're like, oh hey, what you can do that?
Yeah,
I didn't know you could. Okay, like we're nerfing it probably. Just FYI, guys, we just released it like earlier today, but we might nerf it.
right. Because we didn't test
So
it.
yeah, so tie advance, or I keep wanting to call it tie advance for some reason. Tie
Tie
defender.
defender.
Yeah, which is a cool release actually. I don't know if you know any of the lore behind it or if you I really like the ship, and I don't think I've even communicated that to anyone because I'm just like annoyed. And also, it's not even attached to the Chimera. It's like the person who invented
Yeah.
the TIE Defender just like doesn't get to use it. Okay. Anyways, so egg on their face twice now, and
And now again.
now for the rage that like pretty soon
Cool.
Canada is going to be tropical because of your the rage of thousands of volcanoes or something from you.
So, I'm going to preface this by saying two things. One, I normally am very much of the mindset of like, let's wait and see what it is. Like, let's actually see what happens and like blah 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 because CG is vague as per usual.
Hmm.
But two, I am not annoyed that they are addressing the issue with the Riva mission. The issue being that there is a tag missing. And this is the thing. My annoyance comes from how they are handling it. They are so vague, and they have taken almost 8 weeks. We've had 4 territory battles already with this mission bugged to address it. They have had multiple times of opportunity to address this fact because we figured out, assuming they are talking about Jawa Scavenger, which is the blanket assumption right now. They could theoretically be talking about Kenobi in the second wave, but assuming they're talking about Jawa Scavenger, that is going to make the mission very different because he's not applying detonators because he doesn't have his own tag to identify himself as scavenger to activate his unique. So my irritation is like, we knew this back in December before they went on Christmas break.
And here I thought that it was just Meatface needing the idiot tag, but you know.
Like, we knew this, and this all this would have taken legitimately was CG being like, anyone from CG hopping on and being like, we are aware that there's a tag issue with the Riva mission, and it is not working as it is intended. We will be reviewing this in January when we're back from break. That's all it would have taken. And instead, they ignored it. We had our Christmas break. We had another TB. They came back from break. We had no real acknowledgement of it. Had another TB. They posted some announcement about how there's going to be bug fixes for territory battles in the next update, which caused everyone to, including myself, to be like, okay, they're probably going to fix the Riva mission, guys. They posted bug fixes, again, ignored the Riva mission, and now they're like, oh yeah, by the way, we're just going to vaguely post that we're probably going to address this. And this is the kicker for me, though. They say they're going to change it. They're going to address this tag issue and then monitor the change for the results and address it and tweak it as necessary. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then Meatwad goes on the forum today, or no, sorry, not on the forum, on the Discord server, because we can't have communication in one continuous space. You have to go onto Discord and the forum and in game and your email and everywhere to get any communication and piece it all together.
Well,
Um,
and to the Discord, like even if it's the biggest Discord out there, it's still a like personally owned
right,
Discord server. Like it's not an official channel
right.
for news.
But he posts this update in the Discord server and he says, and I'm reading this word for word. All right, so I just finished talking with the team, and here is the short of the long with the fix going out. For those of you who are currently using the proper mods and using the proper strategy to beat it, you should not see a difference in your attempts on the mission. The team will monitor the fix and make adjustments if necessary. How can you fix a bug or a tag issue or whatever that is going to have an impact, but then say it's not going to have an impact on the attempts of the mission? You can't
Well,
have it both ways.
I, I had to laugh. I'm like, I'm sure they tested that, right?
Well, so, okay, so this is where like my other theory, or not theory, my other thought process, and this goes directly into what you were saying about TIE Defender. You're clearly not testing. Like, sorry, you clearly are not testing. There is absolutely no way in hell you played territory battles and went into that mission and was like, hey, yeah, this looks right. Like, this seems straight. You're clearly not doing it. If you said, and you did, Crumb said that it is meant, this territory battle is meant for a 200 million GP guild to have entry to. That's your cutoff point or your entry gate, whatever you want to call it, that you can go in and do the missions and deploy and whatever. And you have guilds out there that are 550 million GP. You know right off the get-go that those guilds are going to make it to phase 3 where this mission is and get to attempt it right away. You better be testing it beforehand. So you either need to test it yourself, or swallow your pride and reinstate the beta testing program because you're obviously not doing it now.
Right. Well,
Like,
and that's the big thing. It's just like, I know some of those beta testers who are on that program. Like they would have instantly caught the Treya issue. They would have immediately
right.
found the tight offender thing. It's like, so some of these things you can catch, or you can't catch. It's like, I don't know if you like, like for the Sith raid, back before people could solo it, like the Anakin cheese with my
Yep.
sister zombie, and like it's like, okay, all right, CG. We'll let you off on that. Like you didn't know. You didn't know. You couldn't test that. That's fine. How could you foresee it? Like that's just a really cool combo that someone figured out. Like that's fine. That's off the hook. It's like, hey, we're releasing this really cool new ship that's really powerful, and hopefully it doesn't beat Executor Go. Like they don't have. It's like how
And
can you not catch that? That's not rocket science. It's so easy.
well, and this is the thing, like even before territory battles went live, we were looking at this mission. We knew the planet modifier because they put out a list.
Yeah.
And we're in the territory battle server talking about it. A whole bunch of us are. And we're going, okay, you're gonna have dots and you're gonna have thermals because of scavenger. So let's get rid of scavenger first. And we're all talking about how scavenger is gonna be a problem because they're gonna be putting thermals on you. And then it didn't happen. So like
Mm-hmm.
if we could theoretically figure out the gameplay scenario of what to expect without the mission even being live in the game yet,
Mm-hmm.
how did you not play it ahead of time and go, hey, this isn't working how it's supposed to? Because you didn't.
Well, and
Like, no, you just didn't.
yeah, I mean, I guess I could maybe accept that maybe like on their test server, maybe they didn't have a tagging issue, maybe or something. But I guess the thing that's really killing me right now is I feel like I've been ahead of the curve. Like I've been ahead of CG on a lot of this stuff. Like I'm like, the just the idea that I mean, I don't catch all the things like the data mines and stuff. People figured out that there's a tagging issue,
Hmm.
like weeks and weeks ago.
Yeah.
How do they not know this? How is this not a like? It's just like not a thing. They just don't understand this. And I mean, maybe I'm plugged into the community, more than them somewhat. But it's like, why do you have a community manager if he doesn't know this stuff? Not to mention the squish is like just being
Yeah.
totally unaddressed, and not that it's just, like it's not like this shameful thing that everyone's just like dropping out of Kyber 1. Like we're all just circling the drain, but
Hmm.
at the same time, like they're not addressing it, and people's bottom line, like all the crystals are, it's like 900 crystals if you were in Kyber 1 for a full month as opposed to being in Kyber 2 a whole month. Like a 900 crystal difference, it makes a difference.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
Kyber 1 is now down to, I think I saw earlier, the lowest Kyber 1 ranking was like 1700-ish, something like that.
yeah. Yeah, less than 2,000 people where there used to be 10,000 people.
Yeah.
Like we're all just circling the drain. I had a 7-2 season last season, and I barely made any of that up, of the skill rating up.
It is so like today was the day where I got so frustrated with their communication and their communication style that I was just like fuming at my phone at Discord, just watching all of this happen. And I was like, you could literally take an 18-month-old child who was barely learning how to talk and communicate, and they would communicate with us better.
I mean, that's false, but you know, they're not doing a good job. They
They
they aren't
they're
they are
not.
not.
They I feel like they gain like a little bit of goodwill and then they're like, "Oh, this is great. We can just undo everything plus five other things at the same time."
Well, it's just so discouraging because I like the kits are still interesting, frankly. Like the stuff that they're releasing is interesting, but it's like did you really mean for Zori to be this crazy powerful? Like, she's not like totally broken, but she's still really strong. And it's like, well, did you really think that through? I don't know if you did. Like, it's concerning because they've always. I mean, I think the thing that is the scariest is the reason why. Like, we got to this point in time where it was like, all right, the beta testers don't know what's next. You
Right.
know, like it's been however many months, 6 months, or and I don't know, but yeah, like none of the beta testers are like, I don't know, like that's how we knew about what the new conquest characters were going to be and stuff
Hmm.
was apparently because of the beta test, which I didn't realize that they were getting it from that, but maybe I'm just being naive, but that one way or another though they reached the point where all right, we don't know, and then suddenly magically everything is messed up. Nothing is working,
Right.
and they need something, man. Like just get some competitive players. Like I don't even care. I don't even have to like them.
Well,
You know.
and I mean, they've flat out said in the past too that like the community figures out things quickly and they theory craft a lot better than the devs do. So that should tell you right there that if you don't want things to be released that are broken, if you don't want Zori to be overpowered or the TIE Defender to be overpowered or whatever, you clearly need people testing it that are like, for lack of a better way of phrasing it, better than you.
Who are better at who are good at the game. Yeah.
Like
Like
you need those brains on it, like you do.
how surprised would you be to find out that CG has no idea that the skill squish is even a thing? Like people are circling the Drain and Kyber one.
Uh, I would not believe them for a second if they said they had no idea. I
No.
fully believe that they know what's going on and they're choosing to ignore it.
All right. I think that there's a decent chance that they just don't know. Put it there.
The only reason why I think maybe they don't understand how it's happening, like I would believe that. The only reason why I think they do know that it's happening is because Meathead has answered Taliana in Discord about it and has told her specifically to message him about it. So
You just
he
said he's terrible at the communication, though. I think he probably knows. Did he tell anyone else? He was just like, oh crap, that's in my drafts in my email. Oops.
maybe,
Oops.
but I mean, he's an employee at CG, so therefore CG knows.
Theoretically. All right, so we've got this trigger photo, folks. It
We're already
is.
triggered.
I know the real trigger was Sarah for the second half of this. So yeah, this made me laugh though. Someone can't do the what's it called, the Kit Fisto mission
Ugh.
because not because Kit Fisto isn't Relic 5. Of course he is.
Hmm.
It's Mace who isn't, which it's like, man, Mace is so good in this game now these days.
This just hurts to see.
Your priority level, your priorities in this game are bad. They're not good.
Especially because I think we've said this before. You don't need Kit anywhere else in this territory battle. Anywhere. No other missions. He's not in operations at all. Like
Oh my gosh.
this mission is a squirrel.
Yeah, well the it's so ridiculous. The thing that I just noticed though, actually, oh my gosh. Okay, so this is in like the phase one. This is on Coruscant. This is the first.
Hmm.
And the little caption on the bot, like the little text
Hmm.
for chat says, "Rise of the Empire Phase 5 has started."
Oh man.
So they've just been here. They're just in like a loser guild, like in a you know, we're not actually doing anything guild.
Oh man.
All right, guys, go to Sarah's channel. There should be something you can click that just sends you directly there, somewhere around our heads, or you can go to the video description. Go check out her channel. She is the Conquest Master, and she yeah, we'll see you over there for roster roasts and more rage, I'm sure.
No, some.
Some.